Oh, that's a good delivery. Beautiful ball there from Morrison. Just started to swing in a little bit, and perhaps it just held up. Let's have another look at it.
Perfect delivery, minus one thing. It didn't quite nick the outside edge of the bat. Mark Taylor would probably feel that if he had nicked it, he would have been a bit unlucky.
Well, that's a good shot. Overpitched that one and whipped away through the mid-wicket area. It's running down towards the boundary. They won't get there. And Taylor settles for 3. Well, big appeal there. This must be very close. Well, I tell you what, had that just straightened a fraction, Taylor was history. Well, he's having a little look up towards the heavens. I wonder why. Oh, and what a beautiful delivery that is. A huge appeal there. I don't think Morrison's realised that the ball was dropped behind. Were they appealing for a catch behind? Or was it, in point of fact, an LBW appeal?
Now wicket for 23 and hard field to bowl to on this pitch in Perth for Patel. We have to be very accurate. Oh, dropped it. Almost worked. Good captaincy, and unfortunately the catch went down. It was a Jones at slip. A fine effort for Patel. Let off for Taylor. No wicket for 24. Got him. Well, they believe he's out. They can't believe this, the New Zealanders. They think for sure he's hit that. Martin Crowe, very disappointed. You don't normally see sides carry on like that. Patel didn't even look at the umpire. They're very, very annoyed.
Andrew Jones believes he has. If you see what he does with the ball in just a few seconds, I think we might hear more about that a little bit later on.
So it's Chris Cairns, the New Zealand opening bowler, coming on first change in the second innings.
Hit pretty well by Michael Slater. Pace not there for Chris Cairns at the moment. A bit of timing starting to come back into Michael Slater's play. That will please him no end. A couple of boundaries, and it's amazing how quickly the confidence comes back when you hit a couple in the middle. Third boundary for Michael Slater. So he's making Chris Cairns pay.
The run's coming quite freely at the moment.
Murphy Sewer coming on, and Murphy Sewer's got a good breeze to bowl with here. It'll help the one that goes away from the left-hander Mark Taylor. And he'll be happy if he gets the first one right on line, because he's on a hat-trick.
It's well bowled, certainly on target. So he obviously hasn't got that hat-trick. It's all gone. 4.
It's none for 59.
A vast expanse, plenty of room for runs out there, and they really have to get the placement right. And those are the vast expanse I'm talking about. That will go for 4. Mark Taylor off his toes, very strong. Out through the mid-wicket area.
No wicket for 96. Slater and Taylor still out there. That's a better shot. He's got that one away into the gap. So it'll probably run away. It's going down the hill there towards the deep mid-wicket boundary. Probably, yes, it'll just run into the fence. So 4 to Taylor. And he raises his bat, acknowledging his half-century. So Taylor 51 now, Slater on 43. They've put together 100. Full toss, and it's smashed straight down the ground. It's running away down towards the boundary. And whack. So into the boundary for 4 down there, nicely timed.
And following the full toss comes a short run, so it's rather an indifferent over from Murphy Sewer, but a good moment for Michael Slater. Half-century for him to go with the half-century made by Taylor.
So Taylor and Slater have seen off the frontline bowlers. Now Blair Pocock coming in. He's a part-time bowler. He bowled in the game against Tasmania. Nice bit of placement there from Mark Taylor. Had trouble with his timing and placement at periods during this innings, but all of a sudden he's hit a couple of boundaries. He's found the gap there. May not go all the way. They'll run for.
And this is just what Michael Slater would have wanted.
Danny Morrison will continue from the river end. It's a good ball there. That could well be out. There's an appeal from Danny Morrison. Mark Taylor just walks away. Didn't really show a great deal of interest. Flexes his arm. The ball must have come off the arm. Danny Morrison thought he had a wicket.
And Deepak Patel is going to continue with these off-spinners. It's a little bit short, and that's nicely played away. Onto the back foot there, and he's really got stuck into that one. Into the fence it goes, and he seems to be getting his timing back now a bit. Oh, and he smashed that one through the offside. That's another beautiful shot. So having got on the back foot and pulled him to square leg, he's now gone down the wicket to that one outside off stump and really blitzed it through the offside field.
So there's no slip now as Morrison bowls to Slater. Field very defensive. Well bowled. So Danny Moran just maintaining that lovely line and length, committing Slater to come forward. And that lead will extend to be in a pretty healthy position.
Oh, that's hit him. Tried to get out of the way there, and it got him on the back. He was trying to duck underneath. It didn't bounce very much. So Australia lead by 121, all wickets in hand, so they can afford to have a go. Just one day left in this match.
So Slater now has 500 runs in Test cricket, so that's a small milestone for him. Pretty healthy batting average too, 350s and 100 and only 7 Test appearances.
Well, down the wickets he's gone, so I think Taylor's got the message. That's a good shot. He's hit it straight over the top of the umpire's head and straight down to the boundary straight for 4.
Great start by Slater and Taylor. No wicket for 150. That's what a captain loves to see on the scoreboard on the 4th day of the first Test match.
Really caught between a rock and a hard place here, because he wouldn't want to over bowl Morrison the rest of the series to go.
It's Nick, no slip, go all the way for 4. One of the problems when you're bowling well and you've got a defensive field, probably would have missed first slip anyway, but it was a attempted square cut. 18 overs, 5 maidens, no wicket for 38, and Sewer, who was inaccurate in his first spell, has got a big job to do here. He really has to knuckle down and get it right. Shot, beautifully played, straight drive. He doesn't miss many, Michael Slater. If it's up, he gives it a good, clean hit. Fine shot.
Yes, it's a joy for a batsman to see a half volley here, because the boundary is so short, and if you can drive it straight back along the pitch, there's no way in the wide world it's not going to go to the boundary if you hit it firmly back along the pitch here at the WACA.
Sharing the balls as well. Sewer, the fieldsman with square leg. You just get the feeling that Patel against the right-hander not quite as confident.
Taylor's been trying to cut all day. He hasn't done it with much success. This time he manages to deceive Murphy Sewer with the spin. He'll pick up 3 runs. And that's Mark Taylor's highest score against New Zealand in Test cricket. Murphy Sewer showed some inexperience on that occasion. A little bit of assistance there from the non-striker. Nothing wrong with that, as long as it's accidental. I'm not sure how the umpires decide whether it is or it isn't accidental, but I just wonder if that's 8 runs, Rich. Slater's not too worried about being in the 90s. Nothing nervous about that shot. Takes him to 99. None for 196.
He's not frightened, hit the ball over the top. You can see the ringer fieldsman there on the onside coming around, and on the offside exactly the same. The 4 fieldsmen trying to cut off the 100th run for Michael Slater. Gone, I think. Yes, caught behind for 99. Bad luck for Michael Slater. Deepak Patel, the bowler, and the young man's out for 99.
Well, he probably just can't believe that he's made that mistake on 99, because that 100 was beckoning for him. Stood around a little bit. I think it's more in disappointment than anything else. Lines going up. Patel's delighted, bowled well. Slater perhaps not happy. That's the breakthrough. So it's very well played for Michael Slater. First wicket down, 1 for 198.
207 balls, 288 minutes, 5 fours. The other end, David Boon looks in good touch despite his first innings duck and hasn't had a lot of cricket this summer. No ball called, and it races away for 4 as Boon plays the one-day dab down to 3rd man for 4.
Well, he probably would have played that shot in any event, but no slips in that position.
Cuts, and cuts beautifully.
As he plays that shot absolutely magnificently, and while it's being cut off down there at 3rd man, they'll collect 3 here, which will bring Taylor down on strike. Taylor on 99 now. Just looking at that offside field, they've all got on their toes there. They'll all be ready. There's a big ring in there, all ready to save 1. They'll be moving in, all of those guys, all ready to save the single.
There it is. Well driven through cover point by Mark Taylor, his 11th Test 100. A gutsy performance that he struggled early, and it goes all the way for 4, so Taylor moves on to 103. A very good knock for his team is needed. Maybe not in the best of touch as far as time is concerned, but the concentration and determination is there. He gets a full toss and he whips that nicely away through mid-wicket. Great batch comes around from deep square leg. 50-run partnership now between Boon and Taylor.
Mark Taylor hooks. 2 men out, as I said, but he's picked the gap. Great batch can't get around. Danny Morrison's finding it all very frustrating at the moment.
Well, Danny Morrison is still trying, that's for sure, and the bouncer there, the short one, putting in a bit of effort. Morrison still trying to get a wicket. They're just not bouncing high enough. It's certainly a tired delivery, and that's not surprising. He's bowled a lot of work.
77 overs have been bowled. Deepak Patel will continue from the member stand end. David Boon punishes that one. We'll need to run for that. That'll be 4 more. Taylor's 1,219 runs in his first calendar year was the most by a player on debut. Gone on to 542, and we just look at the chart again, which shows his career record. The average is pretty constant. He's now on 120.
Yep.
David Boon gets 2 runs to bring up his 1,000 runs for the year. It's a hook shot, it's in the air. Murphy Su'a won't get around. Finishes up 4 runs for a miss hit, and Danny Morrison's not impressed. That brings up David Boon's 50. He moves along to 52, the total to 286. 1,006 runs, 650s and 300s, at nearly 60 runs per innings. Hooks again, this time it's in the middle of the bat. Probably won't get as many runs for it. That's good running. 1 for 289.
It's nicely hit on the rise. Just a little short arm jab, and it's up against the fence. Australia started out this morning 197 run lead. That'll be 4.
Not this time, not this time.
Not this time, says Mark Taylor. Well, New Zealand need 303 to win the Test match. Alan Border making the declaration.